Welcome everyone, it's Favorite Dragon. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. Last time, I'm attempting to do what I consider the impossible task. Beat this boss. At the moment, I've changed up this lineup significantly to better favor this boss. I've swapped Coffin Smasher out for Paedma to try to give better decreased attack. Now, I could put Taragi in here, but again, he has that similar issue. There we go, got some decreased attack. Good. Get as much burns on him as possible. I might have to book Paedma. I don't like the idea of doing this, but I may have to do it. The second that Eternal Rage buff goes off, we're in for a hell of a time. I just do not have the damage mitigation. I don't have it. Please. Let it be the right skill, dang it. Why? At least she'll be useful versus the other boss. Really? Can you steal Eternal Rage buff? That's what I'd love to know. That's what I'd love to know. How much accuracy does she have? Any accuracy would be good here. Because she's got one job. She's got one job. Pretty sure you know what this job is, right? Land that decreased attack as often as possible. That's her job. I'll even put Ally Protect in there. Various Ally Protect. Because at this point, I need as much... Hell, I'll even put a Taragi in there. See, that's better. That's much better. That's much better. So again, I need this damage mitigation. This boss is bloody awful. That's why. And it's not the waves. The waves are just a joke. It's the actual boss. The actual boss is a nightmare. Don't get that. That guy's so annoying. Okay, can we put this guy provoked, please? What is that max HP? What is that actually? There's a reason I'm doing that. See? Okay, clearly, Vergus won't do because he doesn't have the chance of the decrease attack. Clearly, because decrease attack is 100% required. Because if you miss the decrease attack, there's no recovery unless you have an unbelievable amount of damage mitigation, which I just do not. Nowhere here, none of these champs have the level of damage mitigation here necessary to get past this boss. Pretty much. Except maybe Templar. And I may end up having to resort to that. Because I need the Doom Priest, because I need something to stop the buffs. Because these debuffs, when they put them on your team, This boss hits incredibly hard. So basically, you can't afford to miss the decrease attack. That's the truth. In this terrible situation, you can't afford it. If your team isn't insanely durable, you can't afford it. Like, yes, if you have a Demetha or a Vogoth, you can deal with it. Or a Maneater, or a Cernic. But if you lack these things, you are in trouble. Because as you can see, this boss hits incredibly hard. Now to prove my point, further, about what I was saying, let me prove my point further. In case people were like, oh, Vaporsmith is fibbing about this. Let me show you the value of damage mitigation. See this? See these two? Watch what happens when I fight the same boss with this damage mitigation. Because see, having someone like Vogoth or Demetha on your team is extremely valuable versus this boss. Because if you have something like that, or a Jareg, you have a way to mitigate the damage. Because ultimately, having someone like Vrask is not going to help you if the damage that the boss deals is too high. That's the issue. I just do not have someone on the second account that has the kind of damage mitigation that I need. And that is ultimately what is going to do it. Note the level of damage mitigation here. It's very high. See, the fact that I have a Demetha or a Vogoth on here. See, did you see how much has been mitigated? Do you see this? This is the difference. Note. See that? We can get the decrease attack off straight away. So even though our resistance isn't as high, or it's almost the same, the level of damage mitigation is so much that we are in no danger of dying. That is the difference, see? So, even theoretically, say, we get some of our skills put on cooldown, etc. We're still not in danger because we have this block damage, for instance. We've got this decreased attack as a follow-up. And most importantly, we have someone like Vogoth to soak. See? Because he barely gets scratched. Even with... See, and this is where it gets very scary, because the boss can still potentially kill us. But that's where... See, the block damage comes in. And then the damage mitigation of the Vogoth calculates into the formula. That is how I get it done. Now, yes, you can use Jerrig as a damage mitigation. Does the other account have Jerrig? No. Does Vogoth and Demetha work? Yes. Yes. Do I have such beasts? No, and that's why I can't beat it on the other account. That's why. That is why. At least from what I can see. Although I will look and I will think about what to do. But that ultimately, I think, is what's screwing me over. Like, ruining me. Because you need... It doesn't help that I have no silver left. And that this guy is not even the answer. It's just, I don't have, to my knowledge, a damage mitigation champ strong enough to do the job. Maybe. I just don't. I don't think I do. Like, maybe we can try this and get lucky, but it's looking like I'm just gonna have to bide my time until I get that magic champ that does that. It's like Vogoth the Meather Maneater, someone who actually has the damage mitigation. Because I just do not see how it happens otherwise. Because in the end, that's ultimately what dooms us. Also, that was a very bad start to that. As you can see, I just do not have the setup yet. You need specifically a stupid amount of damage mitigation. Someone like Vogoth, someone like Demeeth, someone who can mitigate an unbelievable amount of this damage. It's the only way. Because without it, I do not see it happening. I do not see it happening. Because they can sense... They can sense I don't have the damage mitigation. I can sense it in them on this account. There's the damage mitigation here just does not exist. You basically, like, if you had a Vogoth, a Sir Nick, any of that, Maneater, anything that does a lot of mitigation damage, Vogoth, Brogni, something that really mitigates, not just kind of sort of mitigates damage, but really mitigates damage. Because the problem is, without that, I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening, because decreased attack isn't all you need. You need something that's going to absorb an ungodly amount of damage. That's the issue. I just do not have something that can withstand that kind of damage. There's no champion I currently have, unless they are in uncommonly insane gear, that can withstand that and still mitigate enough damage. Like, if I get a Vogoth, or I get a Brogni, or something like that later on, the next rotation, then yes. Yes, we can get it done. But, as it stands... I don't see it happening. Or, like, I just don't have enough, like, accuracy or whatever. Like, I just don't have enough. The cow just lacks it. See, because then it enters this phase. And then suddenly, we just do not have the ability to absorb this kind of damage. I just do not have the champs and stuff. It's that simple. Well,